Good morning, everyone. Today I'm in the very sunny and cold province of Gauteng here in South Africa, visiting a commercial greenhouse of Jaco Van Den Berg Tropicals. Hello, Jaco.
Hi, Henry. Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. Yourself?
No, good, thanks. Yeah, I just want to show you guys a few nice stuff today, maybe some tissue culture flasks of how the whole process starts, and yeah, a few cool plants in between as well.
There you go. So yeah, Jaco is a big producer up here in Gauteng. He does a lot of tissue culture carnivorous plants. He plants out and supplies to the market. So you've got a lot of really nice trays over here with more carnivorous plants you see pretty much anywhere. So this is where it all starts. Jaco, do you want to walk us through the
So
going out?
Yeah, so these containers is basically produced in a laboratory. So the principle of wholesale production is in a sterile environment, I'm able to produce a lot of plants in a very short period of time. So these are what the fresh tissue culture plants will look like. So these are Drosera. Then I also have some Sarracenia.
Yes, there's so many of them in these.
Yeah, each one of these containers will contain between 30 to maybe 40 plants, depending on the species. And lastly, some Nepenthes as well.
Which species is this?
So this is Gracilis.
Okay, so it's more of a lowland.
Yes, lowlands, excellent for terrariums, doesn't like the cold too much, so it is a challenge up in Gauteng.
Yeah, because how cold is it getting here at the moment? We're in the middle of winter pretty much.
Outside about, let's say, -2, roundabout. Inside the tunnel, it usually doesn't go below 8.
Yes, it's still pretty chilly though.
Yeah, not ideal, but plants will survive.
Yeah, so here we have a lot of the pinguicula, the butterworts. Very easy way to grow them if you just have a big tray full of mostly perlite, right?
Yes, perlite and maybe some peat moss mixed in just to keep some moisture. So there's also quite a nice species.
It's probably my favorite one that I've seen in here.
Yeah, excellent color. Just imagine this one under LED lights.
Yes, must be better. Which did you say this was again?
This was Gracilis Moctezuma.
Okay, so yeah, it gets a nice long Moctezuma leaves.
Yeah.
Really cute flowers as well. I mean, pinguicula, I love them just because they're so easy to grow.
Yeah, definitely. And excellent in fungus gnat control.
Yeah, they really are like flypaper. This is just a nice show. Like after you take out your tissue culture plants, you end up with hundreds and hundreds like this.
Yes.
These are looking really excellent Cape Sundews. Also awesome for the beginner. Drosera venusta, mainly. So it's a really good way to make, I mean, thousands and thousands of plants.
Yes, out of tissue culture, it's also, so the plants are fairly sensitive coming out of tissue culture. So the process of hardening the plants is also done in a high humidity environment where the plants are just acclimated for lower humidity, and now they are exposed to all kinds of pathogens as well.
Yeah, so these ones have been deflossed fairly recently, right?
Yes, yeah, these were done a few days ago.
And so they look very green and pale when they come out, but eventually they harden up and grow very nicely. These are mostly winter growing sundews, which are quite cool because they're not really around here in South Africa in cultivation. It's a lot of other really cool begonias and other things I don't know too much about.
Yeah, so I can show you, this is also a nice truncata plant. So an example of cold damage in the cold greenhouse is that yellow spots on the leaves. So in the evening with the high humidity, dew actually comes onto the leaves, and with a lack of very good air circulation, it actually causes fungus growth on the leaves. But the plants will recover fine.
Okay, so yeah, keep them warm in winter if you can.
Yeah, preferably above 10.
10 degrees.
Yeah.
I'll figure out what that is in freedom units. Yeah. So what else are you growing here along these benches?
So this is also quite an interesting plant. This is Platyserum ridleyi, one of the nicest staghorn ferns out there in my opinion.
These are quite slow growing, right?
Yes, very slow and not cold hardy at all. So it's also, yeah, you can see the cold is definitely doing damage. So a few interesting begonias, some clivias.
Yeah, clivias are very big up here. This is a sensitive plant, right?
Yes, Mimosa pudica.
A bit slower here in the cold, but yeah, there you go. They kind of wilt together.
Yeah.
It's so neat. Yeah, and some clivia seedlings, of course. Clivias are huge here in South Africa. People go absolutely mental for them. People have bred some really nice ones.
Yeah, lots of interesting ones in the last few years in development as well.
Now tell us a bit about the tunnel. What kind of size are you working with? And
so the tunnel is a standard 10 by 30 meter tunnel with just greenhouse plastic over the top. and it is cooled in summer using a wet wall evaporative cooling system and a big extractor fan. In winter, I do heat using a paraffin heater.
And here's more really nice plants out of tissue culture. This is the Drosera venusta alba, also called Drosera cotricalis, which is a fake name, don't listen to it. It usually just refers to the albino one. Cotricalis is not real. When here's something nice, it's grabbed for us.
A nice Drosera lanata.
Yeah, super fluffy, these hairy petiolaris complex. Really like them, but hard to get here.
Not as colorful as it can be. These will do better in a terrarium setup under LED lights.
Yeah, no, I do all mine under lights. They do very well, but yeah, they're very picky about the cold as well. This was a sad example of cold damage.
Yeah, Anthurium varroquinum. So unfortunately, yeah, that one I don't think is going to come back.
Shame. So yeah, this is really what goes into production. I mean, there's more tissue culture plants you get out here. So most of the plants you get in the nurseries, especially carnivorous plants, start something like this. Come out of tissue culture, you tray them, grow them nice and big, get them in pots. Eventually you get nice big plants like this one.
Yeah, that's a good example of Drosera about, let's say, 2 months out of tissue culture.
That's actually quite quick.
Yeah, so those are ready to be potted up into bigger pots and, yeah, sold on.
Oh, nicely done. Look very happy.
So here at the back, there's a few nice Nepenthes and Heliumphora species mainly.
This is the table with all the good stuff.
Yeah, so this is quite a nice Heliumphora folliculata. So it definitely appreciates the cold air with the wet wall system, especially during summer.
Yeah, that's here behind us actually. This pattern fan is probably the best way to cool in climates that aren't really humid. The lower the ambient humidity, the better they work. I'm guessing it's all your cooler growing orchids and things that are...
mainly Dracula, Masdevallia, some Restrepias. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think there's anything in flower now.
Yeah, they're all protesting the cold.
Yeah, definitely.
So how much of a temperature drop do you get from this wall?
Between 8 and 12, depending on the temperature outside.
Yeah, okay, that's a nice big drop.
Makes a significant difference.
Yeah, so you can just have a look here, all these Heliamphora. They're super nice, but very tricky to get here in South Africa. Just so they don't like being hot. And South Africa is a very hot country.
Yeah, unfortunately. But yeah, AC system, cool terrarium, cooled greenhouse, excellent example. This is a nice Nepenthes aphipiata with the bristles under the lid as well.
Let's get in there. Well, it doesn't want to focus so close. Aphipiata is really an awesome species.
Yeah,
it's one I still need to get.
One of the slowest growing plants I have by far.
So it's a Dicer here at the...
This is a Cynorcus species from Madagascar.
Oh, interesting. I've not seen them with a rosette actually. Normally it's...
yeah, one of the few evergreen ones actually I have.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the ones I have are all one leaf and they go dormant. Got lots of cool... Oh yeah, this one came from me. The LVB cross Boschiana. Really good color on that cross.
Yeah, there's a nice Calendulifera Vogellii also from you.
Oh, it's looking happy. Yeah, slow one for me.
Nice new picture, but hopefully it will pick up in springtime.
Yeah, Glandulifera as well. My experience, like when it's cold, it just doesn't grow.
Yeah, there's a nice Babicchio picture.
So it's, I think, one of the best Nepenthes species that you can get. I mean, nice creamy color, nice spots, very good shape. This is quite an old plant, right?
Yes, that one is about, let's say, 5 years old.
I think it's beaten by this guy right here.
Yeah, Nepenthes Raja.
How old is this plant again?
Let's say 25 years or more. This is a basal shoot. So the main stem actually did die back.
Oh, shit.
But the basal shoot is doing very well.
Oh yeah, the plant's older than I am. It's very happy. Raj is something you buy for your grandkids.
Yeah, definitely not breaking
grandkids.
any speed records, that one.
No. This is also one of the most beautiful Nepenthes that you can get, I think.
Yeah, Chus mariensis.
It's a natural hybrid, right?
Yes, between Macrophylla and Lowii.
Yeah, two of the Highland kings. You put it together, it's really, really good. So there's a lot of nice Nepenthes over here, and that's the nice thing about having a tunnel is you can just hang everything from the top here. I see you have another circulation fan as well.
Yeah, that's essential, especially in the evenings with the temperature drops.
Okay, does it help prevent frost and...
And just keep the condensation off the leaves. So that's a nice Nepenthes Lowii as well. This is the Mulu clone.
Check the bristles on the lid. These are still the lower pitches, right?
Yes.
They make the real iconic toilets when they get a bit larger.
I do have an intermediate picture here as well. That was a nice intermediate picture.
There you go, yeah, going towards the toilet shape.
Unfortunately past its prime now, but still an awesome plant.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, usually the bigger the plant gets, the longer the pitches last.
Yes.
When they're small, they just go through them, chop, 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 get bigger and bigger. It's a really cute way to mount your orchids as well, just on little corks. Must actually try this because I'm running out of mounts.
Very space efficient.
There you go, you've got to be with the greenhouse. The more efficient you are, the more you can stick in there.
That's a nice Veitchii truncata from Exotica plants in Australia.
That's super cool. I mean, the leaves are enormous. Veitchii and truncata both have pretty big leaves relative to the plant compared to, say, this strappy fellow over here.
Well, lots of orchid Nepenthes breeding as well in the process, so hopefully most of these will have viable seeds in the future as well.
I mean, this is the only way to really make a lot of Nepenthes because they're dioecious, so you can't just self them like you can with almost any other plant. You need the males and females together. You pollinate them and they look like that. So you made quite a few different hybrids on here.
Yes, I think there's about 6 different ones there.
Yeah, so you put lots of different pollen on the female and off you go. Check all the... You can really hang a lot of orchids together. That's what makes them so nice. It's your sign to buy more orchids and just hang them together.
Very nice companion plants. So there's always something in flower.
Yeah, they like similar conditions. You can see the Nepenthes there, bromeliads up top, and orchids right in front. Quite like that kind of setup. There's a really nice Cattleya flowering up there. Let's see how well the zoom works. So yeah, get orchids to grow with your carnivorous plants and half the money.
Yeah, this is also quite a nice plant I can show you. This is Truncata lowii and lowii truncata, also from Exotica plants originally in Australia.
Okay, is this a particular clone or is it just a general seed grown?
Just a general seed grown one, but you can actually see the bristles under the lid as well with the lowii influence.
Okay, so yeah, it's a nice combination of the two parents.
Definitely best of both.
The proper big truncata size there, those plants get enormous. If you watch Odin's greenhouse video, you'll remember how big truncata gets. If you haven't, I'll put it up there. I mean, Nepenthes everywhere. It's not a better place to be.
There's another nice orchid in flower there, Epidendrum hybrid.
A really nice color, almost looks a bit like a firework in a way. The epidendrum shape is really nice. And look at that.
Nice Tiviae red queen, again from Exotica plants in Australia.
You have a thing for these Australian plants, eh?
Definitely one of my favorite hybrids ever produced.
You can see
So
that how
colourful.
it climbs up so nicely. There's something here I also wanted to show, remind us what this was.
That's Angraecum eburneum.
Proper big, and this was apparently the baby.
Yeah, that's an offshoot of the mother plant.
Good lord. And Graecums are really nice flowers, but they're absolutely enormous.
Definitely need some space, especially with the roots as well.
Yeah, you can see that it's climbing all the way down. Does not like to be confined.
No, it definitely prefers a very coarse mix and big pots. It's another nice Cattleya orchid in flower.
Beautiful. Yeah, these are very popular here in South Africa. Really nice size, really nice fragrance. And can't go wrong with it. What is that big guy there in the middle?
So that is a fishtail palm. So not exactly sure what I'm going to do when it grows up.
I mean, they still have a few meters to go.
Yeah.
But getting it out the door might be a bit of a struggle.
Yeah. One of the problems having a plant obsession is just buying plants you don't necessarily have the space for. But I'll worry about that later.
Yeah, bulbos, I think, are typically kind of carcass smelling because they're pollinated by little carrion flies. Let's get a nice look at that there. And they have beautiful trailing appendages. It's a really, really nice specimen. It's just mounted in a bit of mesh. Keep it nice and wet and off they go. Of course, lots more bromeliads hanging around here.
I especially like these miniature bromeliads. That basket has folded up quite nicely over the years.
Yeah, there's a wooden basket in the middle there. That's suffering from success if I've ever seen it.
Another excellent companion plant if you're growing Nepenthes and orchids in a terrarium. Just put some miniature bromeliads in there as well for some color.
There you go.
There's some more nice sundews coming out. More South African species, so Cistiflora, Zarii and
Drossera alba,
Yeah.
probably the best one. They're very, very annoying to find. Only grows all the way up north. Now, this is the end result of a Nepenthes obsession, is you get a little jungle like this, because you buy them when they're nice and small, and then, I mean, look at the size of one leaf here. It's a nice big plant.
This is another plant which I'm not sure where I'm going to put. Angiopestris iveca, so one of the largest tree fern species in the world.
How big does it get exactly?
About 6 to 7 meters per leaf. So this is still a seedling.
Wow. So it should span this entire greenhouse one day.
Yes, hopefully. Will definitely contribute to the jungle effect.
There you go. I mean, just this is immense. There's plants everywhere you look, even in the ground. There's palms and there's clovers and there's all sorts of cool things.
Yeah, this is an example of a male Nepenthes currently in flower.
Oh, there you go.
So you can see the pollen being released there on the flowers.
Yeah, they look like little rocket ships.
So, yeah, these flowers will probably be harvested and stored for later use.
How do you go about storing the pollen for these?
So the pollen is harvested from the flowers, dried very well, and then stored in a sealed container in a fridge.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long would you typically store it for?
Typically not longer than 6 months.
Okay, so it's quick,
Yeah.
short viability. I guess just a few more things over here
Yeah.
we can have a look at.
Nice Maxima lowii.
I've noticed you have a thing for lowii and lowii hybrids.
Definitely. Can't go wrong with anything lowii.
Or as we call it in the business, lowii. The species on its own is not the fastest thing on planet Earth. But yeah, I think that wraps up about everything. Jaco, thank you very much for showing us around and giving us a little insight into the world of carnivorous plant production and just really generally high-tech growing.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.